So the notes that we play on the harmonium for the sound healing there to ground us in to start with, it grounds us in with the C sharp, which is known by some as the sacred chalice, and it's the black keys only that we use, which are the connecting keys, which connect the chakras. So that connects the first chakra, the root chakra, and the second chakra, the sacral chakra, Muladhara and Svastisthana. And then we go to F sharp, which is the higher heart, the thymus, and that's the connector between the fourth chakra, Anahata, and the throat chakra, Visuddha, the fifth chakra. And then we go to D sharp, which is known by some as the Dantian, and that connects the second chakra, sacral, Svastisthana, and the third chakra, the solar plexus, Manipura. There's new one out now, which is doing the C sharp as the heart chakra, or the higher heart. But that's new information to us, so we don't have that there so much. We're now going to do the heart chakra tuning fork, 136.10 hertz. The information I've got for these is from the tuningforkshop.com. is the first bit of information, and then the second bit of information is from Nature Healing Society. I always recommend for you to do your own research. So the heart chakra is the cosmic Om. The heart tuning fork is tuned to the Om vibration and resonates to the Earth year, or the time it takes the Earth to rotate around the Sun, which is 1 year or 365 days. It helps in relaxation, effective for immune system and circulation, and it helps in spirituality and devotion. And the 3 other tuning forks that I'm doing with it are 3 from the sacred self-ratio frequencies, and we've got 285 hertz, 417 hertz, and 639 hertz. So the 285 hertz is from one of the 3 missing notes. They normally do it in the 6th set. I'll read that one first, and it's from the Nature Healing Society website. Safety, energy, and survival are linked with the Salvatio frequencies at 285 hertz. It is a frequency linked to the root Muladhara chakra. It is the body's most fundamental and primal energy centre at the base of a person's spine. The chakra regulates all the energy relating to safety, survival, and instinct. And then we have 417 hertz, which is for facilitating change and support. And it releases negativity and all past trauma. One will experience relief because the negative experiences and influences from the past slowly leave their consciousness. It is linked to the solar plexus chakra and colour yellow. And then we have 639 hertz, the famulae tuum, for connecting and relationships. Healing interpersonal relationships using 639 hertz. It is a frequency with an ability to reconnect because it allows one to meditate on themselves, their life, and those of the people they value and love. We've been meditating most of the day, so we're in a very good state for this, and we're just going to step away while we do this so it's not too loud. I invite you to close your eyes if you so wish, to pay attention to your breath and your body, and to allow it to shake, or any subtle movements or gross movements. You may want to stand up and shout and scream, whatever's suitable for you and the environment that you're in. Any clicks or noises that you heard from us is the parasympathetic nervous system, my intestines and guts, and the clicking of joints as my body realigns itself. That's an origami lotus, chakra lotus, that the younger ones made. And just so you can see, we have Ganesh up here as well. So just for you to see the setup of the crystal manifestations that we're working with. So today we're in the waxing crescent 2 phase of acceptance. So I'm just going to put this up while I read the moon information, and then we'll read from that book. It's Zanoni Snowflake here. Namaste. So we're currently in the void of course moon, and we have been since 3:29 p.m. this afternoon, and that's UK time. And the moon transits into Scorpio at 7:33 p.m. this evening, so probably about an hour or just under. She then transits into Sagittarius at 8:32 p.m. on Monday, and is void of course from 7:13 p.m. Monday. The Scorpio moon is feminine, fruitful, cold and moist. It is useful when intensity, that sometimes borders on obsession, is needed. Scorpio is considered a very psychic sign. Use this moon sign when you must back up something you strongly believe in, such as union or employer relations. There is a strong group loyalty here, but a Scorpio moon is also a good time to end connections thoroughly. This is also a good time to conduct research. The desire nature is so strong here that there is a tendency to manipulate situations to get what one wants, or to not see one's Venus time, or to not see one's responsibility in an act. Ruler, Pluto, which is the modern ruler, and the traditional ruler is Mars. Impulse, transformation. Rules, the reproductive organs, the genitals, groin and pelvis. So there's root, first chakra root, second chakra sacral, and a bit of the crown chakra going on there. That's from the moon sign book, Llewellyn's 2020 moon sign book, and now from Lunar Living, Kirsty Gallagher, working with the magic of the moon cycles. The moon in Scorpio. The moon to change and transform. Element water. Quality fixed. Ruling planet Pluto, the lord of the underworld and planet of transformation. Symbol the scorpion. This is a moon for the brave, for those who desire to know more, have more and aren't afraid to do both, the internal and external work it takes to get there. A moon in Scorpio is a no-holds-barred game changer. It's intense and emotion-filled. It's a deep dive beneath the surface, and if you are willing to go there, its powerful energy brings a huge opportunity for change and transformation. This moon is here to cut through all the illusions and half-truths you tell yourself daily about how everything is okay, and instead pull back the curtain for a big reveal of what is really going on underneath. The Scorpio moon helps you to take off all the masks you wear as you try to be all the things to everybody and put on a brave face for the outside world. As deep truths are uncovered and everything you have been hiding comes bubbling up to the surface, emotions may be deep and all-consuming. Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth. And so change is coming under this moon, whether you like it or not. It's up to you whether you are the instigator of that change or a so-called victim of circumstance. This is your baptism of fire for deep growth and self-acceptance, allowing parts of you to die so that you can be reborn. This is an opportunity to get to know you, to get to know you, to get to know you like never before. You may find, just to test this further, that catalysts and triggers for your deep hidden emotions and limiting self-beliefs will come up over this moon. Don't suppress anything. Take responsibility for your emotions and how you have ended up where you are. This is important as it helps you to become an active participant in your own transformation and rebirth. Embrace your emotions and allow them to show you the way. Scorpio loves a mystery and won't stop until it finds the truth. And so the trick to this moon is to take that deep dive beneath the surface, into the murky waters and the parts you hide from, the little shadow selves and feelings of inadequacy that stay hidden just around the corner, waiting to jump out on you at any given moment. The secret fears, the not enough, the imposter, the shame. This is one of the best moons to do emotional healing and shadow work, as you just can't hide from your deep inner truths, desires and demons under a Scorpio moon. Use what is coming up for you to uncover subtle truths about areas in your life in which you need to make change, no matter how uncomfortable or confusing these truths may seem. It's time to be honest with yourself, as it's only through facing your fears, anxieties, the not good enough voice, and the parts of your life that you try to run away from, that you can fully own and release these things. The moon is here to reveal your soul plan and your purpose, but you will have to dive deep to find it. The Scorpio moon calls you into feeling all the feelings. Scorpio is one of the most emotional and intuitive signs, and so brings with it an opportunity for deep transformation, healing and power. Use this moon to tap into your emotions, to get in touch with not only what you truly want, but also what has been standing in your way. What are your self-destruct patterns? How do you keep yourself small? In which ways do you self-doubt and always play it safe? Give yourself time to slow down. Honour, explore, and process your emotions. Let this moon guide you into your inner world, the one you bury beneath the surface. You won't find the answers you are seeking externally. They are hidden within the murky depths, waiting for you to find them. This is a hugely powerful, potential-filled, life-changing moon, but only for those brave enough to take the road less travelled, to delve deep, face the fears, do the work, hold up the mirror, and most of all, to embrace the dark, to get to the light. Pluto, lord of the underworld and planet of transformation, rules Scorpio. Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth, destruction and illuminating the shadows of our consciousness. But rather than something to be feared, Pluto helps us to overcome any blocks, clearing the way for something new. Pluto brings the things we hide in the dark into the light so that they can be healed and transformed. Before Pluto was discovered in 1930, Mars, the planet of war, ruled Scorpio, meaning that under this moon you will face your transformation like a warrior, fighting for what you want and stepping up into your power. The keywords for Scorpio are I desire. Use this as a journal prompt and see what flows to you in answer. Set some intentions or create some affirmations using this declaration at the beginning. Things like, I desire deep healing and transformation. I desire more intimacy in my life. I desire to live my truth. What to watch out for under a Scorpio moon. Trying to control or manipulate everything and everyone. Being vindictive and lashing out to hurt. Beware of the Scorpio scorpion with the sting in its tail. Making a rash decision to destroy. A crystal for this moon, labradorite for revealing truth, damburite for accepting change and leaving the past behind, or rose quartz for self-acceptance. Thank you, Kirsty. So now, today's moon phase. Waning crescent 2, acceptance. And this is from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Acceptance of the current situation is the first step to change. The past does not exist. The future hasn't happened. There is only right now. Affirmation, and I'll say it twice. I accept where I am. I accept where I am and who I am right now. I accept where I am. I accept where I am and who I am right now. When we examine our lives and engage in some truth-telling, we are often confronted with what really is. This realization is powerful, but often we reject this truth if it is too hard to bear, or we are afraid of accepting something so difficult. Each of us at some time has dodged our blind spots and then had the illumination of what actually is eventually confront us. What we do next is crucial. Do we accept exactly where we are, no matter how painful or confronting? Or do we retreat back into our illusions and remain stuck or unchanging? Choosing to accept ourselves fully and the positions we are in enables us to take that next step towards growth, when we can plant our feet solidly into the earth and say, yes, here is exactly where I am, and I accept this fully. Then we can take the next steps confidently, honestly, and powerfully towards where we now wish to head. Accepting where we are right now in its fullness allows us to also accept that there may be some chaos in our change before there is a full order again. This can be an exciting feeling rather than one that generates fear if we hold our new intentions clearly. And the companion stone or metal recommended by this is lepidolite. And to support today's acceptance, we're going to read yesterday's phase of the waxing crescent 1. These are beautiful pictures. So the waxing crescent 1, realization, looking through the keyhole. With self-awareness comes realization. Knowledge is power. Self-examination of your role within a situation is important. And the affirmation, which we'll say twice again, I recommend it to say as many times, to keep saying it in front of the mirror and say it as many times until you actually feel a shift in your breath or in your body, or you might cry, or you might be crying as you're doing it. That's what we do, and it works a treat. I have timely self-awareness and act upon my realizations. I have timely self-awareness and act upon my realizations. As we move into the early waxing cycle, light begins to shine upon the shadows, illuminating what is. This is the beginning of a powerful process, realization. When we decide to really examine our lives without fear or favour, it can be hard. This is, no doubt, an act of courage. We might not like what we discover. After all, yet without self-awareness and the will to act upon those realizations, whether we perceive them as negative or positive, we do not get to change and grow. The realization that we have a pattern, a bad habit or a behaviour that is causing us pain is a powerful position, even though we may feel worry and pain around this discovery. We can then take personal responsibility to change our situation, since we know our current position. Knowing ourselves more completely enables us to accept ourselves more readily and to dare to love exactly who we really are. And the companion stone or metal, aventurine. And then, so that was realization, yesterday's moon phase energies. To embrace and help support today's moon phase energies of acceptance, ready to step into tomorrow's moon phase energies of growth, the waning crescent free. And 5 is the number of change and freedom, because change brings freedom. And she's got a trunk and her legs growing down with roots, hugging Mother Earth there. And is it an egg? It looks like Mother Earth, but it could be an egg, because it's in a nest. But either way, she could be hugging Mother Earth that's in a nest. So we're flourishing and blooming, ready to all have our collective consciousness rebirth, ready for the feminine consciousness to rise in all of us. 5, waxing crescent 3, growth. Reject stagnancy to get unstuck. Take action. The choice to grow should be made. Expect growing pains when making huge changes in your life. Change is a natural part of life and cannot be pushed against forever. Change should have aim and purpose. Be courageous and you will blossom. A very simple affirmation. I choose growth. I choose growth. I choose growth. I choose growth. Think of a willow tree. Willows often grow on the sandy banks of highly shiftable and changeable rivers. Yet they reach huge sizes, successfully growing and holding fast in an unpredictable habitat. How do they do this? When you see a young willow on the banks for a long while, it just looks like a feeble stick. It may have a few branches and leaves, but at first the trunk will be fine and flexible rather than robust. What we don't see immediately is the root base. The willow spends a lot of time establishing a veritable root city under the surface. These roots are long and strong and very numerous, finding their way into many nooks and crannies, holding on to rocks, other established tree roots, and anything that can help with their stability. These roots go off in all directions, thus securing their position just in case the earth begins to shift. Then, and only then, once these root networks are established well enough, does the willow put its energy into further growth. The trunk begins to thicken and widen and harden and travel upwards to the sky. However, as they grow, the branches have little of the trunk's supportive thickness. They have instead the instruction that they must be flexible. Flexible means they can turn with the sun and survive punishing winds that might threaten to topple the rest of the tree. All of this growth is done with purpose and a divine strategy. The waxing lunar cycle calls for growth, but not growth without aim or purpose. When we understand our current position, accept it, and decide to change, we will naturally grow as people. We might experience some growing pains. After all, transformation of any kind is rarely completely easy and trouble-free. Having a strong intention of what the results of our growth will be helps with gaining the courage and resilience to move forward with our growth and into the eventual blossoming of our true self. And the companion stone or metal for this is charoite. 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 And then I'm going to read Mondays, because it won't be till Monday evening until the moon's into our next phase of Sagittarius. So Monday's moon phase is 6. 6. Self-love. It's the waxing crescent 4. 6 is the number of unconditional love and harmony. So this is Monday's, the day after tomorrow. Self-love. Radical self-love is necessary. Empowerment starts from the inside out. Do not compare yourself to others. Start your change with focus and love of thyself. And the affirmation: every day I bring a radical self-love to body, mind and spirit. Every day I bring a radical self-love to body, mind and spirit. Sometimes we feel we are not enough. Sometimes we are even told we are not enough by our own voice, the voices of others and our culture. Not smart enough, not pretty enough, not powerful enough, not talented enough, not good enough at what we choose to do. I'm just going to interrupt there. The phrase from the Moonology cards for the Virgo is you are good enough, and we're in the Virgo sun energies, the external self, the what we show the world. So embrace the sun energies of Virgo, of you are good enough throughout this Scorpio moon transit. Not good enough at what we choose to do, not ambitious enough, not experienced enough, not curvy enough, not thin enough, not glamorous enough, not porn star enough, not enough of a lady. And as a result, all of this makes us not love ourselves enough. Then there is the opposite, that we are too something, too tall, too short, too fat or too thin, too wrinkly, too pimply, too old, too young, too quiet or too mouthy, too noticeable, too opinionated, too much trouble, too much, full stop. Is it any wonder that many of us feel self-loathing or dissatisfaction with the self? Please just stop, put your blinkers on and breathe. Be yourself. Do a ritual. Speak to the goddess or whatever energy floats your boat and ask for help. Yes, indeed, listen to any or all of the crazy misdemeanors that your mind may throw at you. But then hug these untruths like a crying puppy and soothe the reasons they are there. Know that you are doing the best you can right now, that you are not your past and you can soothe yourself, and most importantly, you can move on. Know that this comparison craziness is just a diversion from knowing yourself really well and discovering amazing, delicious aspects of yourself that are entirely satisfying. Focus on you, not others, and discover where you really might like change, if anywhere or anything, for your own personal benefit, not for some outward measure of enoughness. True power and happiness comes from the inside out, like an unfurling spiral. Woe is the person who relies on the opinions of others to gain happiness and self-measure. Choose radical self-love. Choose you. Choose you. And you can't see it here, it's hidden, but we have our beautiful rose quartz point pointing at you. So embrace those energies. And there's another rose quartz behind the other side. And that is the companion stone, for this crescent phase. The waning crescent 4 of self-love. Now, I normally do the spectrum that we're working in first and then the card that we're on. But I'm going to do the card that we're on first because it's quite a deep card and I want to end on positive notes. So, this card we've had before, I'm pretty sure, and this was the first card pulled out. So after I've lovingly nurtured this beautiful body that I live in, I will put links down for these. I'll post it up to YouTube, but I'll put links down for this reading if you want to go and embrace the energies of this reading. So that's the 3 of fire. And we need the 3 of fire energies to come out first, of action and passion, to embrace the 5 of water. The Scorpio moon, transformation, turning inwards can make us feel pretty lost and pretty lonely. But she is having, if you look at these rays here, they're coming, she's in the water. The fishies are coming to support her. The birds and the bees and the fishies in the seas. And the sun radiate light is coming down to help warm her up as she delves inwards on her journey of self-discovery. So I'm just going to read this card and then I'll read the spectrum that we're in, because we've had the underlying surface, the underlying unseen energies before. So they're a lot warmer, more happier. So 5 again is change, and freedom, because change brings freedom. Water is the cups, the chalices, emotions, feelings, emotions objective, feelings subjective. Keywords: loss, betrayal, fear, doubt, hopelessness, isolation, self-pity, blame. Key phrases: feeling alone and isolated, without hope, consumed by fears and doubts, unable to see a way forward, trapped in the moment, feeling angry and betrayed, mourn your loss, playing the victim. Meaning: the 5 of water represents feelings of fear, doubt and hopelessness that can cloud our minds and hearts and give rise to confusion, misunderstanding and anger. These emotions are often born of our own pain or insecurities and can cloud our ability to see the love that surrounds us. All too often, when we experience a moment of great hurt or loss, we can feel alone, as if no one could possibly understand the depth of anguish we are feeling. Whether it be the end of a marriage or friendship, the death of a loved one, or a battle with mental illness, we can sometimes find ourselves weighed down by pain and suffering, and blind to the beauty and love that surrounds us. Loss of any kind causes us to experience a range of emotions, including sadness, fear, confusion, guilt, regret, anger and betrayal. Sometimes we can even experience a complete absence of emotion. To think of the future serves only to add to the burden of sorrow, because all hope seems gone. The 5 of water is a challenging card because it is not one that offers any real comfort. Loss is something we all experience, and if we are already vulnerable and sensitive to hurt, then it can be overwhelming. The death of a loved one, the loss of a friend, being betrayed by someone we trusted and loved. There are no words of comfort that will lessen the pain we feel. The Five of Water symbolises the need to allow yourself to work through your grief and to take as much time as you need. Allow the emotions to flow and flow along with them, but not to the extent that they threaten to overwhelm you or have you lashing out at others. You need to remember that you have people around you who love you. Look up. While you may feel alone, you are not. There are people around you who have also experienced loss. They know. They understand. Allow them to be there for you in your time of need. Potential blockage. The Five of Water reversed is a gentle reminder that while it is okay to feel hard done by now and again, and to allow ourselves to be swept up in one of life's many dramas, it does not serve us well to embrace a victim mindset on a long-term or permanent basis. There comes a time when we must unlock the emotional chains that bind us and walk free of them. The Five of Water reversed may be asking us whether the moment that we have bound ourselves to has passed, and, if so, to accept that what is done cannot be undone. Therefore, it may be time to stop gnashing our teeth, wailing and moaning, and pointing fingers for continued self-pity is likely to do nothing more than alienate others and hamper our potential. Remember, as always, that we play a part in every situation. We make choices, both passive and active, that influence every outcome that manifests. New and different choices can be made in the present. Choose to move forward. The Five of Water reversed advises us not to be a slave to emotions and moments that no longer serve. It's time to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. And when we can accomplish that, these energy empowerment guidance, it brings us down into our depths even deeper, but grounding us in. So we embrace the change, we take responsibility and accountability for our self-management, our healing, leaving the blame mentality and the victim mentality behind. And it brings us to our subconscious, unseen, underlying reason, bottom of the pack energies, to the 12, the Senescal, the Knight of Earth, bringing us into deep connection with our familiars and loyalty to ourselves, having the keys to unlock whatever needs to be unlocked. The sword in her third eye, the power of the mind and seeing inwardly, because when you can see inwardly and you know yourself, you are tapped into the collective subconscious and the collective conscious. And that is then when people tap into their so-called psychic abilities. Beautiful card. So I'll leave the link for this one down below as well, where this one, I'm pretty sure this was a main card. So there's a full-on reading for this one. It came out with another Knight. I think it was the Knight of Air it came out with. It could have been the Knight of Water. This is testing our memory skills, which is fascinating. The Tower of Earth, the Senescal. Keywords: servant, administrator, mediator, justice, law, organised, trustworthy, loyal. Key phrases: service to a higher purpose, loyalty to authority, speak for others, is your power real or borrowed, Follow the rules or directions given. Use personal power wisely. Question everything. And that's question everything, don't make assumptions is one of the 4 agreements again. For that book by Don Miguel. Blind loyalty makes one blind. The 12, Knight of Earth, 12 of Earth, the Seneschal. I'm not familiar with that word, so that's one we have to learn. And that brings us to the top, seen, aware, conscious, surface spectrum of the pack, into the 13, the Queen of Air, butterflies for transformation, cat for independence and play, because when we play and have fun and pray or prayer or affirmations, whatever your daily meditations are for self-love in your spiritual body and for your mind, your mental body, and for your actual physical body, external health and internal health, it brings us into the energies of the Queen. Ability to express your emotions with clarity, to facilitate your own understanding and others. And you've got the snakes on the top of her head there as well. And the peacock feathers for pride in yourself, of your integrity and your authenticity. And the 3rd eye above in the sun. So the 13, the Queen of Fire. Keywords: warm, vibrant, sexual, sensual, independence, primal, expansive, energetic. Key phrases: be optimistic and enthusiastic. Engage and stimulate all senses. Give your full attention. Be focused and confident. Take pleasure in life. Don't second guess yourself. Hold your head up high. Avoid petty behaviour. Now, I don't normally read these because they're the spectrum of energies and not the actual energy, but I want to give you the words of wisdom to help you embrace the moon in Scorpio transit energies of the 5 of water, because they're deep and they're heavy. So I want to leave you with the more lighter positive note. And I'm going to start with the potential blockage first and then go on to the meaning. Have you recently experienced a few disappointments and blows from life? Has your confidence been shaken, and now you are wanting to hide away and wallow in self-pity and sadness? The reversed Queen of Fire symbolises a need to meet life head-on, which is very fitting for the 5 of water energies that we just had for the Scorpio moon transit energies. Don't hide. Pick yourself up. Put your game face on and keep going. Put your head back and laugh in the face of conflict and challenge. Make a proactive choice not to be miserable, even if it means faking it for a while. And you can do some laughing yoga there, because when you do some laughing yoga, it generally turns into actual proper laughing, and that's great exercise. Yeah, anything like that when you laugh. There we go, it worked. Great. Make a proactive choice not to be miserable, even if it means faking it for a while. Your choice not to focus on a situation or issue that cannot be changed will serve you well. Your choice to smile and laugh, to dance and derive joy from life in spite of disappointment and hardship will bring good things into your life. The Queen of Fire reversed also cautions you against giving in to catty behaviour. Do not allow hurt, disappointment, jealousy or petty rivalry to inspire you to behave in a manner that is beneath you. You are a queen. Act with grace and dignity. Put your claws away. Your time and energy are better invested elsewhere. And this is suitable to everyone because it's just talking about the energies within. And for us all to be balanced and find that balance in life, work, rest, play, we need to embrace both the feminine and masculine energies in us, both the yang and the yin energies. The yang of the day, masculine active energies, or the yin, the giving is the masculine, the yin, the receiving, nurturing, feminine, moon, night energies. And also that fake it. It's not about faking it till you make it, because I don't completely agree with all of that, but I do a bit. And it's something that we did for, we did it for a very long time with the DID and the masks going on to that. But what I was just going to say, and we're still doing it because we're navigating ourselves through the healing and the co-consciousness and the integration of all of our so-called labels and disorders, which we're grateful that we didn't find out till later on in life, because we've never liked to take the victim mentality. But all areas and aspects of life have to be embraced so that one can gain awareness and compassion and understanding and empathy. And working at it, dancing at it from the body with the yoga, you can tell the people that are depressed and sad because they hunch over. And we started attempting to shift our body because we couldn't shift our mind. So it's walk with your chest open, walk with your head up and tall. And if you find it hard, put sunglasses on there. Other people can't see your eyes, and then you don't have that soul-to-soul reflection. But you can do it, fake it from your words and your speech and the laughing yoga, or you can fake it from your body until you have that internal transition in your mind and body also. The meaning of the Queen of Fire is a strong and powerful woman or man who can express their emotions with clarity. She or he is someone, we're just going to say it's she because the book says she. I think you get the gist that it can be relative to anyone. Or I've put, they are someone who is not afraid to go after that which they desire most. They are focused and determined and very optimistic. Those around them find them charismatic and engaging. Their warm and expansive nature draws people to them like moths to a flame. They are also a very primal, sensual person. They engage their senses in all that they do. They are the type of person who will always look you in the eye, will reach out and touch your hand and listen closely, giving you all of their attention. They savour life like it is a glass of fine wine or velvety dark chocolate. They are vibrant, alive and unforgettable. They have the power to change their life in a moment, to change your life in the moment you first meet them. Their independent nature makes them a natural leader, not a follower. Their confident and self-assured manner has them achieving all that they set their mind to, and because they are so embracing and kind and not interested in competing with anyone, they are loved by many. A natural extrovert. They love being the centre of attention, but they also give their attention in equal measure. Apology if it's a bit stunted, but we're changing the she's to they so that it's applicable to everyone. When the Queen of Fire energies appears in your reading, they are asking you to be optimistic and positive. Now it's time to focus on the pleasures of life and enjoying what you do. Behold and be daring. Be fearless. Now is not the time to second-guess yourself or allow doubts to prevent you from acting upon an idea or plan that you know will bring positive change and growth to your life. They also suggest that you seek out a Queen of Fire type if you need help. There is a vast network of friends and associates, and they are only too happy to point you in the right direction if you are looking for aid. Don't be afraid to ask for their guidance. This queen is the kind of person who takes just as much delight in another's success as they do in their own. The Queen of Fire symbolises living a full life and being fully present in every moment. Live a sensory life. Stimulate your senses, all of them. See, hear, listen, touch, taste. Smell. Your senses are a true gift. Put them to use. So those are the energies that you can use to help facilitate your transformation and change into your freedom with the moon in Scorpio transit, sun in Virgo energies that we've got until a Monday evening, which takes us into the perfect time of the autumn equinox, bringing us back to stillness, energies grounding us in, having the harvest of our inner selves, ready to embrace winter so that we can then flourish again next spring and summer. Namaste. Have a very nurturing self-loving weekend, week, month, season, year, decade, life. From our heart to your heart, from my heart, Zanoni Snowflake, to your heart. Namaste.